All right, welcome to our 1 year anniversary. It was exactly 1 year ago when I first had a look at Sales Mentor. The ads were running pretty good on YouTube, and I remember seeing this going, what is this? This is kind of crazy. What do we have here? And when I watched the 23-minute presentation, I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. I'm like, this is a good deal. I have a sales background. I used to sell energy contracts for 5 years. I sold coffee for 2 years because, as you know, coffee is for closers. And then I worked for a recruiting agency, although it was a short stint. I also sold life insurance as well. Worked for a few multi-level marketing companies, Mona V, Agel, you name it. I sold debit machines. That is telling you that is a rough racket selling debit machines. I used to have to make quotes for Visa and MasterCard, and it was like I can save you on your bill 0.02%. And that's what I had to do every single day. So approach these people, and I had people booking appointments for me. So that was a form of inbound closing. They would book appointments for me and record all appointments that were being booked. So before I went to the appointment, I would always listen to the call just to make sure that they were going to be there and all this stuff. So I'd hear the person setting the appointment argue with them. And the owner would say, do not send anyone here. I'm so sick and tired of you guys calling me. I get 10 calls like this every single day from Visa, MasterCard, from Moneris, Global. All these companies tried to sell me debit machines, and I don't want you guys calling me anymore. So if you send a rep here, I'm going to be very upset at you, and I'm going to tell him off, whoever comes through that door. And I'm listening to this. I'm like, this is not a warm lead that you guys are sending me to. You're sending me to hell. So I would go there, I'd show up, knock on the door, and hey, so and so, whatever, I'm from blah blah blah. And they would be like, you got your nerve showing up. I told those guys there's not a hope in hell that I ever want to see anyone. And that was my first call. I had this for about 6 months of this stuff, of people blasting me at the door, going, I hate your guts, all this kind of stuff. And I kept doing it. I closed a few machines here and there. I closed one food market. I think they bought like 10 or 15 machines from me all at once. And I was making, I don't know, between $500 and $1,000 per machine. And lo and behold, the whole market burnt down. It's kind of a crazy story. Everything burnt. All the machines gone. Not because of not because of the machines I sold. There was some kind of a fire that they had, and everybody lost everything there, all the debit machines. But what they didn't read in the fine print with these debit machines is you bought these suckers for life. That's right. You can't get out of these contracts. It's impossible to get out of those contracts with debit machines. So let that be a lesson. Read the fine print. Anyways, so I have all that experience of getting the crap kicked out of me door to door, especially energy contracts are some of the worst things to sell because people don't like energy companies. They feel like they've been gouged for their bill. Like they would show up at the door when I would walk in and they're like, can you fix this bill? I was charged $10,000. Normally my energy bill is $100. And I'm like, no, I'm a rep. And then I have to be on the phone trying to figure out how to fix their bills. It was a nightmare. Anyways, so I have all this experience, life insurance, like I mentioned. So I saw this and I thought, you know what? I like the idea of being an order taker. I think that's pretty good. Within 21 days, you're making $900 80 checks from business owners that want inbound closers. I'm like, yeah, sounds pretty good. I'm in. So you buy the course, $100, you're in. And then you start watching the videos. Videos are pretty good. It's like 20 or 30 videos. And then you get upsold to the inbound closer certification program, which is about 2K. And in there, they say, if you want these inbound closers to know you, I have a list of inbound closers right now today that once you get certified, I will give that list to you. I'm like, whoa, I don't even have to look for anyone. This is amazing. So I'm like, done. Go through the certification program, which is another 30, 40 videos. And then at the end of it, it says, did you watch the videos at least twice, at least 2 more times? I'm like, this was like 40 videos. I already watched it once. Now I got to watch it 2 more times. So I went back over it again. And you can't take the certification test until you watch them another 2 times. So that took me another couple of weeks to do that. And it was well over 21 days. I'm telling you, it's not going to take you 21 days to get through all that material. It's craziness. Anyways, so you get that. That's done. So I get into the certification program, which is a private closers owners Facebook group. So you get in there, and right away you're greeted at the door by headhunters, basically people that are on your behalf. They're going to go out there and they're going to find businesses that are looking for closers, usually on Facebook or wherever. And they ask you that, they warm you up a bit and they're like, hey, I saw your introduction, because you're supposed to show an introduction. Hey, I saw your introduction. It was pretty good. So do you want to be an inbound closer? I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, okay, cool. So what kind of experience? So I have this and this, that, this. Okay. Have you ever sold anything over $5,000, $10,000? I'm like, no, not necessarily. It's like, okay, don't worry about it. You don't hear anything from them. They're looking for people that have experience as an inbound closer before you get into the certification program. That's the trick. They don't tell you that, but the training is good. And then they have also another program, which is called the private coaching. That one's about $8,800 US. And it's labeled as free coaching, but when you get them on the phone, it's actually an $8,800 product. And what it's not coaching, it's actually a course. So when you take the course, it's more videos, a ton more videos. And when you get into the Facebook group and you put up your hand and you're like, hey, I'm new to the group and all this stuff. And then you see somebody message on the Facebook group, who here wants to make $10,000? If you make less than $10,000, put your hand up. And then people put their hand up and then they get on the phone call with those people and then they close them for $8,800. And then those people end up being in one of the ads that Peyton shoots, and they're his students. And he's like, look, how much did my student make? I made $50,000 last month. I made $40,000 last month. I made 75 grand last. Like, nobody's making like 2 grand, 3 grand, 4 grand. Because if you only make that much, you're gone. You're toast. Finished. So that's what's in store for you, my friends, if you get into the Sales Mentor program. So, like I said, the program's pretty good, but man, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff behind the scenes, man. There's so much stuff. So now what I'm doing, aside from all that stuff, is I have my own program. It's not a course. It's a coaching program. So basically, I help people that have consulting, coaching, maybe they are a mentor, a life coach, whatever, that if they don't have a program, I help them package up a program. So by the end of the 12-week course, they will have their own program that they can sell. I will help them price it. I will help them with their YouTube channel to build up a YouTube channel, a presence, all this kind of stuff. So that's what I do. I don't build online courses per se to, get people better, just their mindset, and they pay thousands of dollars and that's it. No, I want them to actually have a tangible product when when they leave. And it's basically a lifetime membership as well. So they get access to anytime I create some new program, new coaching or whatever, they get access to that as well for life. Because I've had that done to me where I've purchased programs and I'm lifetime members, several programs, including Ty Lopez. I have access to all his programs for life, for the rest of my life. Anyways, so that's a quick little update. That's my 1 year anniversary to this day, exactly 365 days ago. So that's my update. And the biggest question that people are asking is, did I make any money as an inbound closer? And I'm going to have to say no, zero. Zilcho. I tried hard. I'm telling you, I tried hard. I have sales experience. I've never come across anything that's harder. Part of that is some of the companies that you'll be working with or trying to work with, they don't always have everything all together. And I get it. Stuff happens, but that's not how it was introduced when you went into the program. You thought that you had people that were looking for closers, and it's not necessarily true. So that's the part that I just wanted to share with you. I know this is a long video. It's kind of a big rant. But yeah, it's a tough sledding out there. I'm glad I have my video production business where I make videos on the side as well and all that good stuff. So yeah, so there you go. Hope that helps. If you thought this was thought provoking at all, if this has helped you make a decision whether or not you want to jump into Sales Mentor, you can always check out one of my other videos that has like 17,000 views. And I don't even know if there's anybody that gave me a thumbs down on that one other than you're a loser for signing up with that program. But anyways, I learned a lot. Like at the end of the day, you could always take away something from that. And I learned on the inside. I saw how people were treated, how people were dealt with from the inside. And I made it in my head. I'm like, I'm not treating people like that. So if I have my sales guys and stuff, I'm going to do everything I can to make them succeed. And I'm going to be honest with my clients as well. Here's the program. Here's what it involves. It's up to you. If you see a need here, obviously I will work with them on trying to figure out whether or not they need the program. But it's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't have a program, if you don't have a coaching program, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you know how the progress goes on that as well. Other little deals going on behind the scenes as well. I have a couple of big projects that I'm working on right now, obviously with my program. That's a big endeavor to be able to coach people for 12 weeks. Also going to Mexico the beginning of January. So I might do some filming down there as well. So that's pretty cool. What else can I say? I think that's pretty much it. There you go. So again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching.